Today we're going to talk about an explanation of scales, which is very important to understand. And a scale is a series of notes starting at a particular note going up to the same letter note. So a scale we've already learned in Series 1 was the D major scale. Now the D major scale, if you read this in music, this is going to have this key signature. Everyone has the treble clefs, and then this is the key signature. It tells you how many sharps there are in the song. So when there's two sharps like this, when you're reading music, it's in the key of D major. And the series of notes for the scale of D major is from D0 up to A3, which is one octave. And an octave means a series of notes. So one octave, there's going to be 7 notes. And then in that octave of notes, the second finger on the D string is high, which is next to your third finger, and your second finger on the A is high next to your 3. So this is exactly the way we learned when we first started, D major. Now earlier in this series we learned the G major scale, which now, as you can see, if you read up here, we're getting rid of one of those sharps. So we still have the F sharp, but we don't have the C sharp. Now whenever there's only one sharp, very, very important, it's always the same sharp. It's always F sharp, okay? You're not going to have a C sharp or an F sharp. It's always F sharp. So when there is one sharp, it's in the key of G major. Now G major, we can actually do 2 different octaves, which means that we can do 2 sets of notes for this. So if we do that, it's going to start off on open G, and then the first octave is going to go till D3, and then the second octave is going to go to E2. So if you play from G0 up to E2, that is 2 octave G major. So now this is the tricky one sometimes, because some of the notes are high, some are low on our second fingers. So on the G string, when you're coming up the scale starting on G0, your 2 will be high next to your 3. When you get to the D2, it will also be high, that's your F sharp. Your 2 on the A string will be low. It's very important. So you have a high 2 on D, low 2 on A. Low 2 will be next to your first finger. And then if you go all the way up to E2, that particular note is also low. So 2 high notes, 2 low notes. Now later in the series we're going to discuss C major, which is going to be the third scale which we will learn. And that scale will start on G3, which is a C, and go up to A2, which is a C. And that is 1 octave. Now